Hi. Now you might be experiencing some discomfort holding the violin. This is absolutely perfectly normal, very common. I hear complaints and concerns about this all the time because let's face it, it's not really the most natural thing to do to hold a piece of wood between your chin and your shoulder for long periods of time. So naturally it's going to feel awkward and it's going to be cumbersome for a while. You will build endurance. You will build even, I know this sounds a little icky, but you will build calluses, even on your chin, your neck right here, under the jaw, so that you don't feel the friction of the chin rest or the shoulder pad anymore. But just a couple of really common complaints, and they do make products sort of to help with these complaints. And one is that the chin rest really can dig in to the jaw. So a couple things. One is when you are holding the instrument, make sure that your head is turned toward the scroll. If your head is straight, then it really puts that chin rest right at that jawbone line, and then it will sort of dig in a little bit. So when you turn your head, it pulls the jaw out away from the chin rest, and then your chin really is resting on the shoulder pad instead of that jawbone. But still, it still might be uncomfortable, and you can switch out chin rests. There are some that are flatter. So right here, you'll notice that you can see the dip. Okay, and this little edge right here is called the lip, and some are more steep and more angled and are sharper here than others. So just trying a different chin rest might solve the problem. You can also try chin rests that are designed to fit over the tailpiece. Okay, so these really are situated more in the center of the violin. They're made to go right over the tailpiece, and so the little hump is scooted over, so you can see it's shaped differently. It might be a better fit for you, something to try. They also make these little gel rests, and they're jelly-like, and they are sticky on one side, and that'll just glue right there on the chin rest, and then it makes it a little softer. And there's also a product called the Strad Pad, and same idea. It's just something that's cushy, and it has a little sticky adhesive on the back, and this actually wraps around. So this also will cover the metal part of the chin rest that sometimes will also dig into the collarbone. And then that's the other common complaint, is that either the hardware here or this edge of the violin digs into the collarbone. So sometimes it'll just sort of ride up here in a really uncomfortable way. And one way to solve this is just changing the angle of the violin. So it could be that it's angled too far, it's too high, in which case it puts this lower edge of the violin sort of right in position to dig into the collarbone. But if you lower it, just kind of lift this up into the neck, get it at a slightly lower angle, then it will kind of move out of the way. Another thing you can do is to elevate the legs on the shoulder pad, and that will lift this higher than your collarbone, so it avoids that too. You can also get a cloth. I have many colleagues that use these anyway, these cloths, for one reason or another, but this can also put a little barrier between the edge, and a lot of people have nice soft handkerchief or washcloths, things like that they can use to help with that comfort issue. So it's worth spending time. You will find something that works, and you will just even go as far as to try different shirts. I know that some shirts have collars that ride right there, that also, creates some sort of a little obstacle that sticks in between the skin and the violin, and it can rub. You can try a different cut of shirt or a different collar. Little things like that. If you're like me sort of the princess and the pea, you feel all those little tiny little things that can, you know, create discomfort. So it's frustrating at first, but you'll find something that works. You might invent something of your own. So good luck.